All right, so your first card is the same, and this is, by the way, your environment card, what's changing subconsciously and in the physical, and what's the outcome. All right, so your first card is the same as the Eight of Swords, and this particular deck calls it Trapped in Fear because, as you remember, it's the card in the traditional tarot deck where this woman is bound and tied with her arms behind her. She has the bandana on her or covering her face, and she looks like she's just in a tizzy and she can't get out of it. But really, it's a mental way of thinking. It's about worry, fear, frustration, concerns. You've had some of that going on. Yeah, for some of you, it's about balancing your checkbook. It's about plans for, it could be as simple as plans to go on a vacation and, like I said, balancing the checkbook, getting things in sync for that, moving forward on a project that you're a venture with someone else, and there could be three of you guys. It could be four, could be three, and wanting to take on a fourth partner, or someone that's lagging, or possibly even someone that you need to let go, that's not pulling their weight in this particular venture. There's either four of you total, or there's three of you. And one, no matter what one feels like with some of you, now this is not for every Virgo. Remember, this is Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Watch your Moon and Rising as well. But there's changes taking place within the environment. It may be, bothering you, and you feel like you can't, you haven't been able to make the change, but you will make it. There's some sort of secret or hidden meaning behind all this for you all, and you'll find out what that is. It's sort of in a higher realm. Your subconscious will figure out what it is. Why that this person's, or a person, whether it's romantic or it's been like you can't move forward with your business, it will come to light. Whatever it is, it will come to light. Feels like it could be, for some of you, it may be legal or authority that needs to help you resolve this. Okay. So, yeah, there's new light and hope. This is not like you're behind these bars. Physically, it's a mental card. Thinking, being in your head a lot, concerned over, like I said, finances, your business, your relationships. Let me see what relationships have to say. I'm looking into my crystals. I'm talking as well. Well, earlier I was talking about a venture of 3 or 4 people. It may be a third wheel in a relationship. A third wheel. That doesn't make sense. A third person. It could crowd the house. And I say the house. It could be crowding things in the beginning of the relationship was awesome. And then someone came in that you thought that they were going to be beneficial to your relationship, either a friend. For some of you, this is very specific. For some of you, you thought they were a friend to you and your spouse, and they turn out to be the opposite. I feel like there's a lot of knowledge to be gained out of this. I do feel like for a lot of you that this third wheel, third person is opening up you and your loved one to new experiences, to a new height, to a new level of understanding each other. Okay? Interesting. All right, so that's what's going on in the environment for some of you. And it can be in different forms, as I mentioned. What's going on, the changes that are taking place for you is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, and this card describes it as material and spiritual prosperity. So it could be after, this feeling of, okay, we're letting this person go, or this third wheel is leaving our relationship and we're prospering. I feel like that, you really are. You're starting to see the sun come out. The springtime is blossoming your emotions, your physicality. You're feeling good about your body. You may be actually be getting a loan or loaning money to another. I'm seeing in my crystal, and this, by the way, this is the crystal I'm looking into. For you guys, you Virgos, you're an earth sign, of course. It may be to your liking to go into a crystal store if you have one near you, or look online and see what's of interest, because crystals are wonderful. They're an earth element, and like I said, and a lot of people enjoy just having them around. They have different meanings, and this is a gazing crystal. It's a quartz from Brazil, and I just gaze into it and see what I pick up. Let's see, with this Six of Pentacles, it's about your money. It's about your body. It's feeling better about that. And again, it could be a lot about loaning. Either way, you could be the loanee or the loaner. And I don't mean loaner as in by yourself, L-O-A-N, the loaner. I'm seeing a disc or CD. For some of you, this might be around music, or a loan to get a music company started, or you're part of musical production, a music production producer. That's, of course, going to be for a very limited amount of you. I do see that some of you are in the executive position, and you might be giving promotions to others. You might be in that decisive committee that gives promotion to others, right? There's a beautiful aqua blue. Some of you might actually be, and actually there's aqua blue in here. That's, it matches this aqua that it was in the crystal, and now as I'm looking in this card, as I look down, this could be too that if you're in the management position, or you're being awarded for a good job, some of you may be sent on, business vacation. You're doing business, but you're all gathering at a resort or a fun place. And of course, if you are loaning money to others, just, discern who to loan it to, because you're feeling good about your income. There is harmony around that. Just be discerning on who you want to be the receiver. I think you guys will do that. I know you will. Some of you are big on animal rights, so it could be a charitable giving. Like if you love, dogs, cats, other types of animals too, maybe wild animals. All right, so that's what's kind of going on behind the scenes. This is what's going on behind the scenes. The outcome card, I love it, is like the same as the Ace of Cups. And it says here, love begins. So this card is about feeling emotionally abundant. Emotionally abundant about a person, a love in your life that comes forward, that you meet unexpectedly, or it can be that you love the harmonious time that you're in. You're feeling good about your job. You're feeling good about your family. You're feeling good about your money. But something new comes forward to make you excited, make you feel emotionally happy. I'm just looking into my crystal to see what all. Yeah, for some of you, you do feel like you need a vacation. You feel like you've been working hard. Some of you that are into, I don't want to say this. Sounds like old terms, but I'm just, this is what I'm seeing and hearing. Mining, archaeology, Again, the earth elements, there might be an opportunity for you to do that or go on a trip that involves those types of things. It might be looking at what I want to say. I'll think of it in a minute. It's an earth, For some reason, the earth is coming up big for you today. Like, what you find, not skeletons, but the things and the little things in the dirt that have been there for a long time, and people have to get their Geiger counter, and it buzzes for that. Buzzes when it hits coins or, that sort of thing. Let's see. Love begins. Yeah, I feel like some of you also too are going to connect with a person that you haven't seen in a long time, that you have a lot of history with. And there's been a huge amount of time that you haven't seen this person. And this is going to feel like an amazing lift to you. That you're happy, that you're excited to see them. Maybe you've tried to get in touch with them in the past and things didn't move forward, but now they are in a different way. This is not the same relationship as it was in the past, but it could be better. Or it could just be fulfilling to you if it's a friend. Just saying. Your cup runneth over here. And again, it could be about a venture or venture capital that comes your way and you're excited. Okay, all right. I'm going to pull a chakra card and see which one of the 7 relates to this reading the most. So here we go. For Virgo. For this chakra card is for Virgo. Well, you know what? When I put this is going to be the one. Solar plex. All right. That's the 3rd chakra. That's about the, I can do it. That's your strength. That's the, I can. It's in the stomach area. And the affirmations would be for that, like, I can achieve what I want. I'm a manifester. I have everything I need in life. It also feels like the 1st chakra for some of you, but this is feeling the feeling of feeling your strength, feeling your power. This, as you know, it's just below the rib cage. It's the energy center too, also where our emotions and feelings are recorded. So this is the chakra associated with inner feeling clairsentience. So when you empathically feel, which I think you guys are going to do, then your receptors go up and your emotions flow. And to balance this chakra, you may want to, do yoga, dance, and also to be aware of people around you that drain you. It might be part of the situation here that you're feeling other people's negative energy. And if you do, just make sure that you find time to shake that off, let that go, let it move through you, but let it go into the earth. Let the angels absolve it. And the color, again, of course, this is the yellow citrine. And citrine's awesome for 3rd chakra, having one around. You may want to have one in your office area, in your pocket, just around you. It's good for the solar plex. All right, my friends, I'm going to add up the 3 cards. And we have 8 and 6 is 14, 15. Well, 1 and 5 is 6. 6 is about manifesting and responsibility and home. So I really feel like you're going to feel at home by, the end of the month or by the end of the 2 weeks. Your home is going to be your castle, or the home might feel like your business, or it might feel like your relationship. All right. And 6 in numerology. Let's go with the 15, because there's the number 15 or not numerology. Excuse me. The 15 in the major arcana is the same as the Devil card. So what this card really does, this card is about not focusing too much on the physical aspects of, it can be addictions. It can be calling you out to change jobs if you're not happy where you are because you're just making that money, but you're not really happy. Anything like that is associated with that card. It's calling you out to take a hard look at your life and ask yourself, where am I, and what negative thinking do I have, and what is causing this to happen in my life? What people and relationships are giving me energy or draining my energy? And that's what I said about the solar plex chakra. That's where your feelings and emotions are stored. They also can be restored there. But just make sure that you're watching who is, the clairsentience card came up. So just make sure that you're aware of your surroundings and when you feel good and when you feel drained. Because we want to feel good as much of the time as we can.